All right, and here we are for some more DPL action. Season 5, not 2016, it's 2018. Vici Gaming versus LGD.Forever Young, aka LFY. So we get right into this draft. We take a look at the picks. Gyrocopter Clockwork for Vici, Elder Titan, Dragon Knight. Bottom, how shocked are you on a scale from 1 to 10 on this Gyrocopter pick?
I'm about a solid 4 because he's not on that second pick we used to see. This is the second time. It's Gyrocopter first pick instead on the second slot. Jokes aside, Gyrocopter just super popular in the CN scene right now. Everybody wants to have him in the team. We see the Naga ban out. Pretty much, I think Naga has a 100% ban rate as well in all the games we casted so far. It's just no surprise. Like, we even see the Disruptor ban out from Vici here, realizing that LGD.Forever Young still does not have that roaming or that roaming/5 roaming support picked up. Only the Elder Titan, which might as well be an offlaner in this, which I like. You have an Elder Titan, you have a Dragon Knight, 2 heroes that have a lot of sustain, and while Dragon Knight is not the best hero against the Gyrocopter early on, Elder Titan certainly is.
So why do you think Gyrocopter makes it through the first ban phase? Like, we've been seeing Omni Knight banned out, and I totally understand that nobody wants to play against Omni Knight. But, you know, you'll see a Shen or a Coddle. Why those heroes, and really every single game we've cast so far, Gyrocopter has been involved? That's actually insane.
So, people try to ignore the Gyrocopter, I guess. Yesterday we've seen a partner draft run against the Gyrocopter, which worked out pretty well. I feel like teams think they can deal with the Gyrocopter if they specifically draft around it or against it. And looking at LGD.Forever Young, they already do that with Elder Titan Dragon Knight. Probably gonna be some... yeah, well, forget that thought. It's gonna be Nature's Prophet. Yeah, I got a little bit caught off guard there, sorry. Basically, they turn it in a different direction, and now they go full split push instead, with Dragon Knight as the pushing power together with the Nature's Prophet now added to the mix. Which I like. I think it's a pretty good pick against the AA because you have the potential power to actually pick him off. Wouldn't be surprised if LG.Forever Young runs this Elder Titan in a more roaming position and even pick up a support that can look for targets. To mind would come the Bounty Hunter still in the pool. Neek's Assassin might be worth a pickup against an AA. Just somebody who can look for those targets together with the Nature's Prophet.
I was actually thinking about the Nyx, but I would say more Nature's Prophet safe lane, DK mid, and Nyx off lane, because I know Inflame really does play and love that Nyx. So
I must say, it looks the Nyx Assassin looks really good. Now there's also an Alchemist on the field, which prevents him not only from going against the Radiance, but you can run into the Exit Spray with the Nyx Assassin's by Carapace, getting a guaranteed stun, and with the Nature's Prophet TPing in, that's a guaranteed 3 to 4 second stun you get on the Alchemist, and put an Orchid into the mix, and you have killing potential for the Alch.
Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing Alch in DPL. I haven't seen Alch really at all in the last couple of months. I know he's gotten picked up here and there. Is there particular reasons for an Alchemist? One, to not really be seen at all in the meta, but to like get picked up in this spot. What brings Alchemist to the table?
So Alchemist keeps getting buffed up in every patch because after that huge nerf where they basically stripped him of his right to be the Manta Radiance carry that farms up extremely well. Just by making the games quicker. So before that, he was like really good at getting ahead, and now he's more in a position where you can pick him if you really like him and can play with him. But I must say, looking at Vici's lineup, they have a good setup already. So this is Ancient Aberration with Alchemist or Clockwork. It means you have 2 safe targets for the Ancient Aberration to land a Cold Feet with a stun attached. And Alchemist, don't forget about the minus armor. You have a Dragon Knight on the field. Yourself, you're looking at a Gyrocopter who likes dealing a good amount of damage, and Alchemist can provide that minus armor in the team fight.
So Alchemist, Ancient Apparition, Clockwork, Gyrocopter. Is Clockwork a core or 4 here, in your opinion?
I think we're going to see some Alchemist Clockwork duo offlane with AA and Gyrocopter sticking for the safe. I don't think we necessarily see that mid Alchemist coming out, but I think it really comes down to last pick because they're still looking to fill the gap in the lineup. Right now they have 4 really really mid-game fight-oriented heroes, which they primarily picked against the Gyrocopter, so no surprise if they're still gonna run a hard support coming out here. But who will that be? It's an Oracle.
All right.
Cool.
Oracle comes out for that 5 position, Elder Titan for the 4, Jug safe lane, Nature's Prophet off lane, and then DK mid. Kind of like the strat from LGD.Forever Young, but at the same time, Vici, we've seen a lot of Chinese teams be aggressive and look to snowball. I feel like Alchemist kind of grants that in a way. And then Puck in the off lane, so... Actually, Puck mid.
Was a bit to be expected. Ooh, Puck mid, that is ambitious considering there's a Dragon Knight on the field. Not a typical primary mid pick you would go for if you know that there's a Dragon Knight on the field. Just because, I'll mention it again and again, Puck wants to really dominate the mid lane, wants to win his lane. Like, you either win your lane or you lose tempo with the Puck. And up against the Dragon Knight, I'm switching it around a little bit.
Yeah, Super is
Wonder
their
if actually,
mid laner.
Yeah. So they will put the Dragon Knight in mid now. Meaning Puck... I'm not sure if they want to run a mid. I could see some switching because Alchemist against the Dragon Knight would work a little bit better than the Puck, that's for sure. They also have the option of putting Gyrocopter Paparazzi in mid if they really have to switch up the lanes. But from a certain laning perspective, I would say Vici still has the better lineup, even though they had to swallow the Puck Dragon Knight pill.
So Alk, does he bring anything to the table for the rest of the team, you think? Throw nags around, anything of the sort like that? Is that something we might see, or are we just going to see a bulky Radiance Alchemist? Is the build still Radiance, actually, to go for that item as well?
I think he wants to go for a more fighting build. I would assume Blink Dagger Solar Crest might be an option. Just to have that reliable initiation after the Puck, or I have somebody to jump in alongside with him. They have a lot of jumping potential. They have a Clockwork with the hook shot. There's a Gyrocopter who can dish out a rocket and damage as soon as he gets any setup. And Puck, of course, being with the Dream Call, being one of the primary outputs off damage early on. And looks like they're going to put the Alchemist in the mid lane. Something
to note for Vici, at least, is they all have Ags. They all have Ags. And
yeah, that's a nice addition to the draft. That was... I think that's just a nice bonus. I don't think they specifically pick him just to farm up those. Yeah, they don't draft him just to have the Aghanim's upgrade possible. I think they draft him to, if we get ahead and this game goes long, we have that added benefit. So it's a nice little flair on top of the lineup, but not the primary condition to pick up the Alchemist.
It'll definitely be interesting, because games don't exactly last as long, but the farm is still equivalent to when they did, in my opinion. I think games are, what, 10 minutes shorter than they used to be a couple years ago, but still, you get that kind of farm.
This is due to the additional objectives on the map. There's the shrines now on two sides. There's more contest about duration. We previously seen long games where both teams try to ignore duration, but with the addition of like the refresher shard or the cheese, there's no need to play around big cooldowns anymore. It all comes down to those buybacks. You're way more efficient in actually pushing with the unreliable damage. The catapults have more damage. You have the Dominator strats running rampant in those lineups. So I really like how this game got a little bit shorter or more energetic, you could say. Like the classic, I'm gonna go Radiance, I'm gonna farm for 40 minutes. We don't see that anymore.
Yeah, we see it happen in 20.
Nice. Finally, a D-Ward on top immediately. That's really good.
So these lanes have kind of now solidified themselves. You've got Nature's Prophet in the Elder Titan in the off lane for LFY up against the safe lane Paparazzi Fenrir combination of Gyro, Ancient Apparition. Monet the Juggernaut mid against the Alchemist of 11, who is not normally their mid. And then over in the top lane, Yao on the Oracle with Super here on the DK up against Ori on the Puck, as well as Lanham on the Clockwork. So any of these lanes drop, pop out at you for the most part? Any real advantages?
Yeah, we've seen the early rotation already. They spotted the Alchemist in the mid lane and immediately decided to put Super on top instead, up against the Puck. So I think top lane is going to be really one-sided in favor of Super and Yaoi on Oracle and Dragon Knight, while the mid lane is probably going to be okay for Monet. Like, he's not going to contest that much from 11, but 11 is not going to snowball out of control in this mid lane, because Jug is really efficient at trading hits with an Alchemist early on. And regarding the bottom lane, well, it's a gyrocopter lane with 2 stuns attached, or well, not stuns, but there's the potential power cogs into the cold feed. With a gyrocopter, you're looking at a lot of magic damage, and I don't think that LFY can sustain this with only Elder Titan and Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, it would call for them to really land some nice stomps from the Elder Titan to make sure that they don't die. But Paparazzi, he'll just use the flat cannon. It's nice harassment with this homing missile. You look at how much damage is there. I definitely agree with you, where we might see a couple of kills over bottom for the side of Vici, if they're not too careful on LFY. For 11, with this lane, you know, there's always the rotations that come out over mid. Who best benefits from a rotation, Monet or 11? Like, can 11 handle himself against rotations, or can Monet handle himself over on rotations as Lanham gets first blood on Afu over bottom?
Yeah, that's just even leveling up the homing missile on Paparazzi with the gyrocopters, going for the full stun lane. That's nice as well. We've seen Rubik together with gyrocopter getting picked up quite a lot, so you have that lift into the homing missile. Now you have a homing missile as the setup for the cold feed. That is interesting. If you time that right, that's a powerful stun to deal with.
Top of which he went Chilling Touch, and that early extra damage is so crazy. And it usually works,
especially on a gyrocopter.
Yeah. I might be able to go in on Inflame again, but meanwhile over mid, the rotation comes out from Oracle. Yao just with a Fortune's End. Not really too deterring of 11 in this mid lane. They'll just send the Oracle over. Maybe a rotation comes out from Vici to take this Oracle out of the lane. But 11 is really just fine. He'll get to level 5, soon he'll have 6, and then sustaining the lane is pretty easy.
Well, I would say he runs a little bit into danger. If there's potential Nature's Prophet with the Oracle rotating in that he faces up against an Omni Slash, he's gonna have trouble. Even with the Chemical Rage up, he doesn't get any extra HP. So it's only the Regen, and the Regen is not that good against an Omni Slash who just bursts a lot of physical damage output in like a couple of slashes.
But for them to get the Nature's Prophet out, I think it means that Inflame would have to be off the map, and Vici might notice that. Because the Inflame's not going to just try and TP in front of Paparazzi, Lanham, and Fenrir, where they can really stop it quite easily.
I like this play from 11 as well. He picking up the TP scroll, just securing both the Bounty on top, realizing the Oracle just went for the mid lane, so he knows 100% that the Bounty are still available because Dragon Knight isn't leaving the lane against the puck. And just securing this as well. Now he has a Soul Ring, so he will keep the Exit Spray spam and mid up. Monet, yes, he has a Healing Ward, but Healing Ward is not always up. It has a long cooldown and an Exit Spray.
So with the Soul Ring, 11 kind of takes advantage of this lane quite well. He's only 25-2, and I say only a little regretfully, as that is top of the CS chart. He's really farming quite a bit. It was more talking about his net worth. That is 3,100, 800 in front of the DK, and compare that to the Juggernaut. He's a full 1,200 net worth ahead already, but over towards mid, gets chased down. Yao gets the kill onto 11, so they take him out. They slow down his farm just a little bit, and that's a good kill for LFY to slow down this Alchemist.
Yeah, this is what they need. They need to keep pressuring the Alchemist. You just mentioned it. He's already 1k ahead of the Juggernaut. If this keeps up, he's going for that Radiance you mentioned, so we're gonna see a more farm-intensive build from him coming out. I think it's the right call. They also started stacking up the jungle already for him, so he's gonna have that available once he reaches level 6 or 7, just to farm it up and get additional gold towards that Radiance.
Stomp comes through over bottom. They'll take out Paparazzi. They'll look for more as Lanham goes back in, and that is really a regretful move from Lanham. He does end up getting out, but forced to TP away, and that is a problem. That opens up that lane quite a bit, where I thought Gyrocopter, Ancient Apparition, and as well as that Clockwork were going to be able to make things happen, but it seems like they get a little bit overpowered.
But I must say, they don't have the best early game for the side of Vici, but they have the Alchemist. Don't forget about it. And it's also Gyro, so it's not like, yes, LFY, they have Dragon Knight, they have Juggernaut and Nature's Prophet, lots of pressure, but 11 so far has been uncontested beside the one death. He's gonna keep rising in net worth. He's already, yeah, he's sitting comfortably on top, and nobody really kills him off easily enough.
They actually send him over to the top lane. Only missile comes through, not gonna hit onto anything. Cold feet onto Yao. Ooh, they've got the Dream Coil. That'll land onto 2. Illusory Orb as well as the Waning Rift to silence up Afu. They'll get the kill on Inflame. Take out Afu as well. Getting away will be Yao. But 2 kills there with the rotation of Ori. Vici get 2 kills. They lose nothing for it.
Yeah, this is super worth for them. That means more pressure. Ori has the Dream Coil available. First usage and instantly getting a kill. However, Lannon might be in trouble here.
Cogs pushes away Inflame. Inflame gonna try and wrap around to get the kill, but oop. Parazzi and Ori, they spot him. They use the Shrine. They don't have Dream Coil, nothing to lock him in. And Inflame able to walk away. Take a look over at
Also,
11.
I really like the face beats pickup from Lanham. Usually you want to resort to Tranquils or even go Brown Boots into fast earn. But just having this available means he's not going to get blocked up by the trains, so he doesn't run into damage.
Over towards top onto 11 as well as that stomp. They've got the Fortune's End and the kill. Super. With the help of Afu and Yao will clean up 11. They get the kill very easily. Dragon Knight set up in a spot where they were able to just get the Dragon Tail positioned perfectly, and with Alchemist unaware, the smoke coming his direction was easily picked off.
Yeah. And almost a well-timed smoke as well. They knew exactly that the Chemicals Rage is about to run out and timed it on the spot.
Pulling missile over towards bottom with the Illusory Orb, Waning Rift in Flame. Getting a little bit low, but the Sprout is out on Paparazzi. The damage from this tower, as well as the Omni Slash coming through. They'll get 1, get 2, trade 2 for 1. But very much worth it when you can take out the Gyrocopter and the Puck. They go in way too deep under the tower.
Yeah, and these are 2 kills for the Juggernaut as well. So this is the perfect hero to get your kills on, because he's gonna accelerate towards that Yasha. He's about to skip that Battle of Fury, which I really like. They need to make more pressure. They can't take this to the late game. Just going for an early fighting build, also having that Manta up and running so he can dodge a potential silence coming out from the Puck, not getting stunned up. That's probably the right call to make.
Very surprising, Vici losing 3 of their cores consecutively. Yeah, they get the kill on the Nature's Prophet, but at this moment, I don't believe Nature's Prophet being this far behind is not that bad of a thing for LFY. They have DK doing well enough as well as the Jug to really make up for that deficit on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, and Nature's Prophet is about to hit level 6 as well. Elder Titan is sitting on 4, Oracle on 4 as well. But if they have those ultimates up, they can go for kills and have a lot of damage.
Bottom. Yeah, uses the Rocket Barrage as well as the call down with the Dragon Tail and the Blade Fury enough. Monet gets the kill on Paparazzi. That puts Monet at 2-0-2. And they're going to be able to push. They've got 3 heroes here. The Healing Ward, the Glyph forced out. LFY looking really good early. They took a 1,000 net worth lead, and that's against an Alchemist.
Yeah, this Alg is not doing that well anymore. He's only 600 gold ahead of the Dragon Knight due to the fact he died top. And now he's kind of get forced into this area of the map, which is already warded up as well. Meaning there's really not much he can do. He can just farm some ways, and it's predictable where he's going to be. So LFY is doing a pretty good job at keeping track of him with his movement, and they can strike on those towers at any moment. And with the Shadow Blade coming out for Dragon Knight, that's one key item they have to watch out for.
It's surprising to see them really just be this far behind with an Alchemist. And one thing, too, is look at how far back Clockwork is. Like, yeah, Fenrir hits 6, and that's great to have Ice Blast, but your Clockwork just hit 4, and he's without Hookshot, and he's going to be without Hookshot for quite some time. Sprout comes out onto Lanham. There's the Rocket Flare Cogs. That is actually pretty decent for them, but Ori gets hit by the Dragon Tail. Dream Coil on 2. Waning Rift. Ice Blast. That's going to hit both of them, so maybe I misspoke a little bit with this Ancient Apparition hitting 6, getting 2 kills, and they give up Ori, but 2 kills on 2 cores is always a win.
Yeah, especially Dragon Knight, it just this all the pushing potential down for LFY for the next minute or so. And 11 is pushing out the mid lane, top lane fell down with the T1 tower already, so there's only really that one T1 in the mid lane to claim. And with an Alchemist sitting around, you never want to push into the exit spray. So making space on the bottom lane just benefits the Alchemist. Like, any space in general benefits the Alchemist. And looking at the net worth distribution, you see Puck sitting on 4,000 to Juggernaut and Dragonite sitting on around 5,500 each. That just shows where the priorities are. And while LFY is only roughly 1k ahead of net worth, they have net worth on the important heroes. So I would say it's more like a 3 to 4k net worth lead. There's a lot of passive gold in the Alchemist. He's now gonna run to the Secret Shop and pick up the Sacred Relic if he doesn't get caught off guard by Super here with the fresh Shadow Blade.
Super Shadow Blade, Dragon Tail, Earth Splitter. That's a lot for Fenrir, and they do end up getting the kill. But it cost the ulti of both the Elder Titan, the Dragonite, as well as the Nature's Prophet, just to get that one kill on Ancient Apparition.
11 now with the Radiance recipe up and running, so he's just going to wait for the last 800 gold, and looks like they want to push that top tower. And with 4 heroes spotted in the mid lane, they should have no problem doing so, doing some pressure. Even if it's just Ori.
Are you surprised he went into the recipe first?
I mean, it's a pretty common practice in mid though.
Ooh, Echo Stomp, Blade Fury, Super gets the kill. 5 heroes here over towards mid. And this is LFY just pressuring Vici.
Yeah, there's just so much ensured lockdown they have. Dragon Tail almost undodgeable. Fortune's End with the root together with the Elder Titan. They can just effectively control the fight and keep heroes at bay, and they're really good with that. And you see it right there, they're gonna go for another kill.
Call down comes out from the Gyrocopter. That deters LFY, but the Omni Slash, that's going to come through the Ice Blast. I think that hits on Monet, but he immediately Blade Furies and tries to TP out. He stops it. Dream Coil onto Illusory Orb as well as the Cogs. That's going to lock them both in. Super. He's looking like he's the next victim of the Echo Stomp as well as the False Promise. Keeps him alive. But now here comes the chase. They've got the stun. They've got the hook shot. Very nicely done by 11 to sidestep that to make sure Lanham had the pathing. Because that was Alchemist right behind the Dragonite, and you just see him sidestep it a little bit, and the hook shot comes right through. They get the kill on both the Jug and the DK, which is a nice couple of kills after they lose that Gyrocopter.
Yeah, and these kind of fights really benefit Vici as well. They have no big cooldowns. The biggest one is actually the Dream Call, with the 70 seconds. That's pretty much it. Means whenever there's a respawn, they have 1 or 2 ultimates. They can effectively commit all their ultimates in the fight, be it the hookshot, be it the cooldown from Gyrocopter, and the Ice Blast from the AA, because you don't have those big issues like LFY has. They have the Dragon Knight form, the Elder Dragon form with 120 seconds. Omni Slash has a big cooldown as well of 130, and even Nature's Prophet, despite the fact that he got buffed, it's still 60 seconds, and on its own, it's not really effective. Same goes with the Earth Splitter on the side note with 100 seconds.
How do you feel about the Manta Call here for Alchemist?
Well, it's just a natural item you want. It gives him another means of potentially dodging something. Even if he gets it right, he can even dodge the Dragon Tail with it. But you want to have those reliable illusions, farm up and push out side lanes while you farm in the jungle. This is to be expected. Like, with all the stacks coming in jungle, like he just finished up the Radiance, and this is just the power of the Alchemist. Now he's exploding in net worth if you look at the graph.
Yeah, only up a couple hundred gold, but I was actually going to mention that next, that he has really started to pull away from the rest of LFY, which was not the case just a moment ago. And he took that good fight, he's been farming up quite well, and all of a sudden, he's up 3,000 net worth from the Jug. But the smoke comes out bottom, Monet's here, and nobody from Vici around. Vici, they've got 3 heroes heading over top. They're looking for Inflame, who walks right into Paparazzi. They've got the homing missile, hook shot, and that will secure the kill for Paparazzi. They even throw the Ice Blast, but it's just super unnecessary at that point. They got the kill so quickly.
They're still looking at jungle, but this entire movement is completely spotted out by this Observer Ward from Vici Gaming. They even saw 2 of the Observer Wards going down, both this one, and they will predict 1 of these over here as well, just for the fact that Oracle rotated there in with 2 wards and returns with 0. Means it feels like, in terms of vision, yes, they don't have control of their jungle, but they don't need to, because they took control of this side on the map.
So the push comes out bottom from LFY, and as well as Vici in the safe lanes. Are we, like, who benefits from this the most, these kind of pushes? I would assume it's LFY who really wants to finish the game a little bit quicker, but before you answer that, over mid, Earth Splitter comes through. There's the Ice Blast. It's actually the Dream Coil that holds him short of the Ice Blast, but once it's over, he walks right into it, and Ori gets the kill. He's got that double damage. Super with the Shadow Blade does spot Ori, but there is the phase shift into the blink, illusory orb to the low ground, and Ori easily.
Nice safe play. Not taking any liberties of not using the phase shift and just predicting them. There might be somebody in this around, so might as well. It doesn't cost mana, play safe instead. Potentially dodging a death there.
So besides the fight that happened over mid, with these kind of pushes, the tier 2 did go down for Vici Gaming over in the safe lane. Not the same for LFY, as they keep their their top lane tier 2. Is this LFY forced to really make pushes like that? They have to end this game early? Do they have to continue to be aggressive like that?
They don't necessarily have to end it early on, but they really want to limit the Alchemist to this side of the map. So by getting all the outer towers while being ahead, they actually contest the jungle, but it's like, oh, on the side note, 3 sentries and all of them missed the wards from Vici, so nice warding despite the fact being spotted out. But back to the pushing, it feels like if you pressure the Alchemist to stay in his base, and he's going for that, he's going for Octarine with Mentor and Radiance, so the old school farm build on the Alchemist, then you didn't win, but you make it a lot harder for him to actually reach critical masses where he can burst down one of your heroes. Right now you have heroes on LFY that scale really well. Both the Nature's Prophet can infinitely pressure. Juggernaut went back to the Battle Fury instead over the fast Manta style, just to have some farming potential coming from his side as well. So I must say, LFY is acting accordingly to the fact that they kind of falling a little bit behind this Alchemist.
Alchemist gets Octarine Core. Is that the last item he gets for himself, you think? Or does he just continue to go 6 slot and not care about getting Axe for the rest of his team? It's not that that's the game plan that they were going for, it's just, it's available to them.
So looking at the Alchemist, you need this defensive item. You have your farming item, which is the Radiance. You have the Mentor, which classifies it both defensive as well as farming item. You really want this Octarine so you stay safe in the fight.
Ooh, Super might get caught out. He's got the double damage, and now they've got the Ice Blast to follow that up. Super not dead just yet as the false promise comes through. Stomp hits on a couple of these heroes with the Earth Splitter. Super still alive. Meanwhile, on the back lines, Yao goes down. Lanham trying to make something happen, but they drop Paparazzi as well as Fenrir. Coming in forward will be Monet. Nothing left for LFY in terms of ultimates, but 11, he's between a rock and a hard place between these 3 heroes, and alive for the time being, but finally taken out by Monet, who will get the triple kill.
So it felt a little bit like a misplay to actually go for this fight. They had a nice start, but when the Oracle ult came out, they should have just backed off out of the fight. Now the Alchemist tried to chase the Nature's Prophet top, got sprouted up, and couldn't even get out of it. Despite the fact having Quelling Blade, because, well, if you fight in trees and you're surrounded by more trees, turns out the Quelling Blade isn't that good anymore with the cooldown. And just, now you lost the Alchemist, and this gives LFY another chance to actually climb back into this game. They're now trying to claim the mid tower, means you have more net worth, and just playing into their goal. This means the Alchemist will be restricted to this area on the map as soon as they enter the jungle. It really comes down to the other towers. If all of them are gone, then LFY can just freely push and freely nap away some damage on the towers with the Nature's Prophet. You really have to commit some hero to defend against them.
So LFY, they did take a couple stacks there after they got the kill. So restricting 11's farm just that tiny bit. Still going for the Octarine Core as well, so we've seen him kind of not really progress on this item a lot as of late. And LFY, meanwhile, BKB just about finished here for the Dragonite, Juggernaut going for the Mantis style, Nature's Prophet Orchid, and they're closing in on those 3 big items for themselves. So it's going to be interesting to see where LFY go in the coming minutes when they pick up that BKB, if they're going to look to be more aggressive on the side of Vici. And I think aggression is quite good for them, but at the same time, they want to make sure that they can take these fights, and I feel like they have a lot of confidence coming off that last engagement.
I think what we will see is them stacking up in this area on the map, try to make a smoke through the jungle, and then go to the Roche Pit. Just trying to secure that, having a Juggernaut or a Dragonite with an Aegis. in the fight is really beneficial for them. Right now, their only threat they actually face is the Jarico damage output. Alt isn't doing that much damage yet, and he only has 2k health, so he can easily get burst down. It's just where if you're LFY, you have the ultimate, you have the split pushing card with the Nature's Prophet they can always play. And while he is going for Medallion of Courage with Power Trance, so he has solid stats and he doesn't die that fast, they use him as a really utility pick right now. I feel like this is the right call for them.
Coming through on the jug from the Oracle. They've got a couple of heroes here. While Vici pressure a little bit inside their jungle. Take a look at Inflame, Medallion drums, and he TPs all the way over to the bounty runes. So gets across, takes the bounty runes, takes those prospective bounty runes away from Alchemist, who is starting to close in onto this Octarine core. Finally, just needs the Mystic Staff. So he'll have that Octarine core. What do you think's the best item after that for him?
Well, in terms of this game, or you mean in general? That's the question.
Let's go with both.
I mean, in general, looking at the Alchemist, you want to farm those Aghanims, or at least your team wants you to farm those Aghanims. It's always fun. It just feels so good giving somebody free Aghanims. But I feel like you want to be... Oh, hold on.
Dragon Tail onto the Clockwork as well as the Stomp the Force Staff away. He's got the Spirit Vessel on him. But there is the Unstable Concoction. That'll hit on to Super. And look to get this kill on the Dragon Knight. Nice hook shot. Ladam's going to give up his life, but there's nothing really to follow that up. Rocket Barrage comes through on an Inflame. They take out one, but now they're slept with the Earth Splitter coming through. Ice Blast will hit onto this Dragon Knight. He should be able to get killed off. So will that Inflame earlier, and now they look over for 11 on the side of LFY. He denies himself. He's going to end up giving up his life towards the LFY team. He still ends up dying, and now they'll get the kill on Yao for the side of Vici. Ends up being a 3 for 2. They lose that Alchemist, and the fight's not over just yet. We're in the sights of Afu and Monet. The chase is on, but there is the Illusory Orb.
Yeah, not gonna chase a puck after this fight, and I must say that there was a deny coming out, so this makes it actually worth for Vici, despite the Clockwork falling down, really sacrificing his life there to initiate the fight, and it worked out. They had the Corks into the Ice blast from the AA, meaning they had the means to burst down the Dragon Knight with tick damage from the Radiance, and after all, this benefits them even more. Despite the fact that the Alec denied himself, he didn't give up any of his big net worth.
Gonna get chased. The Force Staff trying to get away, but there's the creeps, and he's running right into him. He ends up dying despite having the phase boots. Maybe they were on cooldown, but he did just walk right into those creeps and got blocked.
Yeah, even with those, Juggernaut is pretty fast himself, Manta style with the edit movement speed together with the phase boots. He's running a 500 movement speed almost, so
Super.
No surprise in falling back.
Falls out of Invis, and now the Silence with the Waning Rift. They've got the Orchid. Inflame comes through. They should be able to get the kill, and they will. Before he goes down to Yao. That's a 4 times killing streak taken away from the side of Vici Gaming, and right into the Roach Pit they go.
There's just so much he needs to dodge with that Lincoln Sphere, and with the additional Orchid on the Nature's Prophet, they're gonna have an easy time locking down this puck. However, it's a freebie.
False promise. I don't know if it's freebie just yet. Now the call down that'll come through onto 4 heroes. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. 11 not doing really much damage. BKB, Popeye, Super, as well as Paparazzi. Take away the backlines. The Unstable Concoction hits on a couple of these heroes. The BKB gonna wear out on Super. They don't have Ori to work with, and now the ult flies through from the Nature's Prophet. They go back into the Roach Pit, immediately spotted by the Rocket Flare. You've got to worry about Lanham with the hookshot.
I must say, that was an impressive amount of field. They have not only the Oracle, but the Healing Ward as well. Together, amplify that with a Spirit Vessel coming out for the Elder Titan. Whoever is going to get Oracle ulted up is going to survive the fight. This might take a big part later on if it comes to Juggernaut versus the Alchemist. Just him being able to burst people down. But it's a cute Roche, at least for now, and now they're actually looking to get it for themselves. And oh look, what a present!
Stomp could come through if they're not too careful. And it does sweep up a couple of these heroes. Nobody did just yet. There's Fortune's End. Monet going in deep. The Silence is out on Roche with Blade Fury from Monet. They don't have the kill just yet. They have the hook shot. That hits from Lanham. Khan's push him back away from his team, as well as the Ice Blast Homing Missile. They've got a lot of damage. They have enough to take out Monet, and there's the Dream Coil on too, but Paparazzi low. He's got to get himself all the way back. Yao summons up with the Waning Rift, and they'll take out Fenrir, but it's a 2-for-1 so far as Enflame hits the deck. They look over at Yao. He'll be the third one to fall on LFY. On the other side of this fight, Ori looking over at Super with the Illusory Orb. That'll spot him. He was also dusted up, and there's the Waning Rift. So they have the vision. They are right in front of him. We'll see if they're able to get the kill. Dragon Tail onto the Clockwork. Should have Super able to get away from this. But he is also thinking about re-engaging onto Lana.
They're just going to comfortably take duration. There is still a few trying to interrupt this, but with an Elder Titan and no mobility and no mana, you don't really have a chance in contesting this.
They have the Sentry Ward to spot Super. Hookshot comes out again from Lanham. Cogs push him back into the side of Vici. They'll get the kill. And now with 4 dead, this is surely theirs.
That was a big mistake going back in for duration, but I feel like they feel so pressured to contest this because now you're looking at a Gyrocopter for Aegis, and now he's just going to run up your high ground or your T2 towers. But with the Alchemist still farming comfortably, like, he has so much money at this point, you didn't even really contest him in the fights anymore. Like, they can't really quickly kill him off anymore.
So, LFY, now they're down 6,000 net worth. Where do they go? Are they kind of lost here with Aegis on Vici? Do they just have to give up all these towers to these tier 2s? Even the tier 1s? I don't think they'll be able to push that hard on Vici, though.
I feel like since they lost the far more against the Alchemist, or in contesting him more likely, they really have to go for these rotations and try to pick somebody off. If they manage to get the Clockwork in front, before the fight starts, or even the Puck would be great. With the added Orchid, that shouldn't be a problem for them if they actually find him. Then they might come out ahead, but look at how Vici's moving. They're already smoke up, backing up the Alchemist on the bot lane, so they're just going to rotate in behind here while the Alchemist is pushing, anticipating that there will be a smoke movement from the side of LFY from here. Which is not the case, because they all farm up on the other side of the map. They're looking to even try and trade out top and bottom, and mid.
Super, this is a bad spot to be in. Waning Rift, oh boy. Ori actually blocks the hook, but it still doesn't matter. They've got the Cogs, BKB, breaks the Cogs, walks away. And Vici, they don't get what they came for, but this could turn into a push over bottom. The thing about that is, you know, we see Vici be very aggressive, and a lot of Chinese teams, they play their aggression, they play their advantage pretty aggressively overall. They never really let off the gas once they feel about a 4,000 or 5,000 net worth of advantage.
Yeah, they're not making the mistake of potentially trading out uneven against the Alchemist, but they might find the ET here.
Dream Coil was used on Afu. False Promise is out. There's the Unstable Concoction. Stuns him again. He's in the Acid Spray. Afu stunned one more time. And down he goes.
Not this time. Too much damage. Couldn't deal with that in time.
Yeah, that also is no Spirit Vessel used, it seemed like. As well as no Healing Ward. Hook shot over towards bottom. Cogs again. Monet hit with the Ice Blast as well as the homing missile coming through. By the time the Blade Fury ends, he'll be available to get hit by it. But that's in way too deep. And Vici, as much as they got the tier 1, they don't want to dive past this tier 2 to fight LFY. They are still quite strong, especially with the Omni Slash available.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
First of all, coming in as well. Like, Vici feels really unstoppable right now. They have that Alchemist to always back them up. He's sitting on a gigantic amount of net worth. He actually is the difference in net worth for them. Like, he has that 7k over the Juggernaut, means it's a full core item. He's not going for the Shiva. He's gonna be even more tanky. He's gonna restrict the amount of damage LFY is putting out with the reduced attack speed from the Shiva. And there's still no Aegis on the Gyrocopter. Look at where they are. Like, restricting to the side of the map did not work. You see 5 heroes up here, and they're just gonna either keep pushing or completely defend and get a free T2 out of this.
They get the tier 2, they do still have this Aegis on the Gyrocopter, so Paparazzi and the rest of Vici can continue to push if they do choose to do so, and it's on to the tier 3 already with Nature's Prophet as well as the Jug pushing top. That's just the tier 2. The push is still on from Vici. I feel like you have to make an answer eventually. Yeah, you're going to go for this tier 2, but the Glyph comes out. That holds them a little bit further back. Finally, Monet with the TP in. Let's see what they're able to do is they don't have the Aegis on this Alchemist, but he's able to force that away. The Air Splitter doesn't do anything to him. The BKB is going to run out quite soon for Super as they start to charge in on Vici. The Sprout is there, but the Dream Coil hits onto two of these heroes, Monet as well as Super. Vici not committing just yet after dropping that Dream Coil. I think that's because Alchemist does want this Chemical Rage back up. Oh, call down onto all these heroes on the side of LFY. Nobody's in on Vici just yet. Hook shot comes out onto Yao. They'll get that kill quite easily. Now they look for the rest of the team, knowing that there's no big save. Alchemist on the front lines as that Chemical Rage. The Ice Blast comes through. Fenrir is going to be the first one to hit the deck on the Vici side. They'll get the kill. That's going to be 2. That's going to be 3. They'll take out the Nature's Prophet as well as the DK. They look over at Monet. Getting quite low is going to be this Alchemist, but now Monet locked in with Paparazzi. This is going to be a little bit of trouble as the Illusory Orb comes over the top. They get the Aegis. They've taken out the Alchemist. Now just Ori as well as this Gyrocopter stands as they lose Lanham. And all of a sudden, this is going really poorly for the side of Vici.
I must say, this was so well done by Alfu. That's some MVP play there. So every time he managed to, I believe it was a total of like 5 Spirit Vessel charges he managed to hit on the Alchemist in this fight. That was just an amazing play. Like, he always managed to restrict the amount of health that the Alchemist can regenerate with both the Octarine as well as the Chemical Rage, and just completely turning this fight around. And while all of that, staying alive, providing the Echo Stomps in the fight, and hitting a good ultimate as well.
Well as the Ice Blast onto the Nature's Prophet. Inflame will die, but Puck, he's in a lot of trouble. Ori, Phase Shift, needs to blink, won't find it.
It's a gem.
And he is dead as well as the gem on the table.
Look at their pushing power. Now they have the Jug up. That's the Healing Ward, means infinite push. And that's with 2 catapults as well. 30-minute way pushing in. I'm gonna back off here, however. Respecting the Alchemist, so they got the objective they were looking for, and they're gonna take probably one of the shrines at least. Nature's Prophet is not gonna have any problem pushing up the other one as well. Probably just gonna TP bot, send some treants over there, and getting another objective. And or suddenly, the Native Fleet kinda was cut in half. So back to 3k only in hand.
And win probability going back into the favor of LFY, actually at 53%.
It's a nice graph. It's like the opposite of the net worth. It doesn't always make sense, but you can back it up with stats. Cool.
I do like it. It's a good addition.
It's nice to have, I would say.
Worth the money for a caster if you are a prospective caster. Prospective? Prospective? Looking to be a caster. Let's go with that.
Oh, the victim of this game so far is Fenrir, as well as the Oracle. Both position 5 supports are really poor. Yao on the Oracle only sitting with Mana Boots, and Fenrir only has the Glimmer Cape and Tranquil Boots. It's just, I mean, at least Fenrir needs to hit a spell. If he hits the Ice Blast in the fight, he did everything he could. Everything else he gets out is just an added bonus. Well, there's a lot of pressure on Yao to actually have that Fate's Edict out, coming out on Gyrocopter, which is the perfect spell to hit. Like, if you manage to put Fate's Edict on a Gyrocopter when the Flak Cannon is activated, that means 5 seconds of Gyro not doing anything or forcing out the BKB by him.
Do you think at some point 11 has to go into the Aegis support kind of way? And it's not really support, it's just give those not Aegis, Ags.
Oh, that would be an interesting change.
Yeah,
Alchemist can now give Aegis away. Purchase it for 10,000 gold.
Yeah. You think it comes to that point where they need the Ags onto these heroes? Because it doesn't take up a slot, and I feel a lot of these heroes can benefit from it, especially who you were talking about earlier, Fenrir.
I must say at one point, we probably, if this game is late, we mentioned earlier, it will happen that he actually sends out his Agnum Scepters, but for now he's looking for the Lotus Orb. He needs more defensive items, so the stuff with the Spirit Vessel, like in the last fight, does not happen to him. Because he was constantly restricted in going back to his supports. Because he kept getting that Spirit Vessel applied, means he wasn't healing up. And he is not that tanky on the Alchemist yet. It's only 2,600 HP. That's nothing that's nothing for Monet on the Juggernaut, who has a lot of damage.
Dream Coil comes out, Ice Blast called down. That's going to hit on 3 heroes. So now LFY kind of in a bad spot. They almost kill off Ori, the BKB, Popeye, Paparazzi, as well as Super. Dragon Tail out onto the Alchemist with the Earth Splitter coming through. False Promise keeps this Elder Titan alive with the Echo Stomp coming through onto 11. They don't get the kill just yet. Now they charge up the unstable concoction. Waning Rift. There it is. Thrown onto Super. Nobody dead in this fight, and they're continuing to trade, and now LFY trying to run. Surprising with everything thrown. Nobody dying on either side.
That was so unfortunate for the Juggernaut from Monet. So they had a really good Omni Slash. They even had the vision provided in the fight. But the Earth Splitter from the Elder Titan over here on the map actually pulled back the Juggernaut, pulled back the Alchemist, so he was out of the jump rate for the Juggernaut, and the Omni Slash stopped. They had the damage output, but that was really unfortunate. That's nothing you can calculate in.
I want to see what 11 queues up next. Do double damage on Monet, but no Omni Slash to work with. So BKB queued up for the Juggernaut. Alchemist, we sit.
Might be an item frame as well. Might be the BKB for the Alchemist as well. But he's gonna save for buyback, that's for sure. We're approaching the 40-minute mark, and if you don't have a buyback at this point, it's just really, it's terrible.
So this is the second Roche. LFY.
Oh, it's gonna be Aghanims. He's gonna buy the first Aghanims, 100%. Ori queued up a Daedalus. He's gonna go for Dreamcall Rapid Fire on level 25 on Puck.
Ooh,
so they have the Aghanims Rapid Fire.
I've actually never seen that. Cox comes out. That's going to lock in Monet. Lanham, now she needs to run away with the Fortune's End. It comes through. That's going to be one shot from Monet to kill him off. They've got the Echo Stomp. That lands on two. Now they've got the Earth Splitter to work with. Aegis already nullified. They look over the Alchemist. He's already down to half health. He tries to run away. Blade Fury used by Monet. The Unstable Concoction charged up on the back lines. We've got the BKB Popeye Paparazzi as well as Famrier hitting the deck. Super, he finally pops his BKB. The Dream Coil out on two of these heroes with the False Promise out onto this Nature's Prophet. 3 falls. The Alchemist hits the deck. The only one dead is Yao on the side of LFY. This looks very good for LFY, as without buyback are both the Ancient Apparition and the Clockwork. And down for 90 seconds is the Alchemist, who wanted to buy that Ags for Puck, but now might have to buy back.
He might get forced into the buyback here, and LFY is realizing this. They had a Nature's Prophet pushing at the lane, so all the 3 lanes are actually completely pushing, and they have no problem in dealing damage to towers. It's going to be at least 1 line of ranks even with the buyback, and I don't even think they're going to buy back on the Alchemist. Nature's Prophet bottom as well, so, and he has a sizable amount of damage for himself. Both their Maelstrom finished up together with the Orc Malevolence, and Blacking Bow. That's a lot of passive damage. He hits for 280.
So Ags for Puck, as well as the Dream Coil Rapid Fire. I've yet to see that in competitive play.
I've seen it once. It was pretty impressive. So to be fair, they were fairly far ahead, but they had like they had 2 Daedalus on the Puck as well as a Refresher with an Aghanims, and he just laid those down in the fight and just killed everybody, even though his team died. It was great. It looks really cool, but it's so situational that you usually don't see it. It just, if you're 25 on the Puck and the game is still going on, you really want that extra gold chipping in. I mean, it's plus 420 gold per minute. That's a free buyback whenever you want it.
Oh, he's queuing up the Tome of Knowledge. He wants 25 as quickly as he can.
Yeah, this Tome is going to give him a lot of experience as well. He's going to hit level 24 with that. He's already farming it on the bottom, so he reaches that. And I feel like this could be a viable strategy for them in this game. By the time he hits 25, Alk will have that Agnes up and running for him, especially after not getting forced into the buyback here.
I just want to see it work. You could have all the pieces, but you don't land a good enough Dream Coil.
But if you hit it,
I'm gonna be depressed, because now I'm excited. I'm actually hyped for this Dream Coil Rapid Fire Ags, given a Daedalus coming through. But let's talk about LFY. Bloodthorn here for Super. Monet, he's got his BKB. 10 seconds for that BKB. 40 minutes into this game, as well as the Nullifier being picked up next. He's saving up for that. And I think both teams are just going to farm up, wait for Roche.
The BKBs will really make a difference here. It's not only one Bloodthorn. Nature's Prophet wants to upgrade his Orchid as well. If not even going to something like a Silver Edge, just to have some additional break coming in. I feel like they have all the means necessary to actually win the team fight. They just have to watch out that they don't die to any dodgy stuff, like, for example, a Dreamcall Rapid Fire.
So has the gold for the Ags. Mjolnir finished off for the Nature's Prophet. Let's see. Because I do think that this out could benefit heavily from a BKB.
I kind of agree, but on the other hand, he committed to both the Lotus Orb and the Manta Star, so he has 2 dodges for the silences coming out already. And if he goes into BKB now, it feels a little bit underwhelming, because then you don't need that Lotus Orb anymore.
Yeah. LFY coming really close to just finding that Alchemist. And there it is. There's the Ags. He's got the pieces ready to go, I think.
He's doing it.
No point booster just yet. No, the point booster on the courier.
It should be on the courier, yeah.
Just he's got 1,000 gold so quickly, and all of a sudden I'm just like,
yeah, that is due to the fact that every bounty rune is basically worth 600 gold for him at this point. You're gonna see it right there. 580 gold. That's.
Oh my god.
He effectively 2 bounty runes against the net worth of Fenrir.
I'm just watching Puck as well. I'm waiting for him to hit 25 because that is a core component to him getting this opportunity.
He gets so many bounty runes. He almost has another Aghanims up and running. He has it in the backpack. And he has another. Yes, he's queuing it up.
Who does that go to?
Just get. I know, like at this rate, all of them?
Puck not 25. I'm getting excited about this Dream Coil Rapid Fire. Ori,
might actually give the first one to the gyrocopter.
Well, we'll have enough for 2, so.
Show us who gets it. It's Ori indeed. My gratitude indeed. Cool. Rapid Fire Dream Coil. What a thing.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, he needs the 25.
It still helps them, even if he isn't 25. It's still a good. It's still. Skipping the Daedalus on the Puck though.
Oh man.
What up the Dagon? That then ruined this?
Yeah, does that mean he's going
Come on, Ori.
Does that mean he's going 420 gold?
Please don't.
I got
all
excited.
All their crafting for nothing. Caster's curse, he heard us.
Yeah, I got it.
Smoke ain't coming out.
If this doesn't happen, I'm gonna be super depressed actually, because I got so amped to see something for the first time in this in the programs. Ooh, there's the blink on forward with the waning rift, as well as the Dream Coil placed on 2 of these heroes. The false promise is on to super. He's popping that BKB, as well as Paparazzi with the BKB. The Omni Slash bouncing around on Aladdin, which is a better choice for the side of Vici. They haven't lost anybody just yet. The air splitter comes on through. They'll take out this Oracle, and now you take a look at the backlines as Ori's trying to get away. Paparazzi finally hits the deck. Ooh, Inflame BKB as well, but 11, he's got the damage. Looking over at Fenrir, they'll take him out. Ori, Fenrir, as well as Paparazzi, they're all dead. The Alchemist needs to make something happen. 3 heroes dead. None of them have buyback. They got to be very careful. There's the Echo Stomp. Blanum trying to run away with the Blade Fury coming out. They'll at least need to take out Super if they want any chance to winning this game, because they find themselves on the back foot of a really bad team fight. They kill off Inflame, but it's not enough just yet. Apu with the BKB, he gets the Echo Stomp with the stun on himself with the Unstable Concoction. They'll get the kill on the Alchemist, and he will fall.
So good. He actually baited him out so well with the Alchemist. They have the Shadow Blade and the BKB, and just let Alk stun himself once more. If he landed any stun there from the Alchemist, he would have got another kill and potentially even get out of the fight. But now he died without the Chemical Rage on. He's either gonna buy back or give up the Rax here. And I think the Rax is dead regardlessly. Plus 420 gold.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm depressed.
God damn it.
Ice Blast onto 2 of these heroes with the Waning Rift coming out. Now they've got the Battery Assault. Alchemist trying to lead the way with the Dream Coil on a Monet, as well as Super. The TP attempt from Super with the BKB. They'll get him out. But you take a look at Monet with his BKB. And they get the kill. Do they have the damage? And the answer to that is yes. He is down 100 seconds with buyback.
7k lead coming out this late into the game. The BKBs for LFY are getting lower. 11, yeah, he's gotta go. He's not the Aghanim's farming machine.
Another
Nothing
Ags.
else.
So far, just on the Puck. Depressing that he didn't go for the Dream Coil Rapid Fire.
We have been juked.
Yeah, I'll see it one day. I think that's my goal. One of my goals for the year. See Dream Coil Rapid Fire with Daedalus in a professional game.
Well, they still have good Aghanim's targets. It's still a good Aghanim's upgrade for the Puck. It's not like it's bad. It still goes through the spell immunity, which is a huge deal. Paparazzi is another good contender with the side gunner for the Gyrocopter.
Radiant lose their courier. And that was a Spirit Vessel Lotus Orb. That's going to be used. You take a look over at Super. He's trying to run away. The False Promise hits from Meow. The pings are coming out onto blue because meanwhile over bottom, Paparazzi's just going for the racks. He's continuing to take it. Afu looking for the Echo Stomp. Meanwhile, the Sleep, that's going to come through onto the Alchemist. You take a look over at Super, popping the BKB. You look over as the Unstable Concoction throwing it off, but the BKB's popped at the right time. They'll take the racks, but this is against the Nature's Prophet, who's also trying to take your racks. You take a look, Hookshot comes in. They'll take out Super. They get themselves one. Juggernaut's still dead, didn't buy back just yet. They finally buy back on the DK. They lose themselves. Yeah, he's also going to buy back into the game. Juggernaut holding it for now as meanwhile, oh my god, Inflame takes the bottom set of racks as well as the tier 3. We take a look over bottom again as the Silence comes out onto this Clockwork. They should have the damage to get the kill, and with that stomp, they will clean him up. One dies on Vici Gaming. They don't take the full set of racks, but they lose their full set of racks over bottom.
Yeah, that's the red card we mentioned earlier. It's just, you always have to deal with that Nature's Prophet. He's also level 25, so there's no cooldown on his teleport. It's just, at this point, he's just going for full rant, because they know they need at least 2 heroes to defend against them. He actually managed to almost kill the Gyrocopter off solo in the last fight, and LFY is just looking to defend the high ground, and they don't feel the pressure anymore now. They still have a T2.
11. No, he's good, he's good. Thought he was gonna get caught by Super. No blink. So, let's see.
Saturation of the game is up as well.
Eggs.
That's Refresher Orb, and they want this for Afu, for Ultra Titan, having the double Earth Splitter in the fight. He's not level 25 yet. That might be a big turning point.
Fenrir now with the Ags. He's picked that up. He's got the 20 health regen, trying to stay alive a little bit longer in these fights, be able to get those Ice Blasts off. And oop, LFY, they're smoked up. They're coming all the way around, but now the smoke's been broken. They look over at Paparazzi with an LFY coming through, as well as the Dragon Tail. Oh, Fortune's End. They'll get the kill very quickly, and they'll take out one. Meanwhile, over bottom, TPing away will be Inflame, but the rest of this team is trying to get out, as Fenrir with this Glimmer Cape. Silence damage is way there. And that will be the second kill for LFY. Right into the bottom.
Ice back on the AA. They want to contest this Rage, but yeah, they definitely want to contest the Rage, and LFY is just going to go away from this Rage now.
Yeah, now
they're just going to go for the next pickoff.
But is there a smoke from Vici? No, they're just grouping up over mid. 11's here with Paparazzi. Paparazzi just brought back. Now the Dragon Tail comes out on him, but the hookshot thrown forward from Lanham. They've got the Dagon. That's a lot of damage coming out on Super with the BKB as well as the False Promise. He's going to be kept alive with the Spirit Vessel as well. You take a look over as the Blade Fury comes out from the Juggernaut. They're trying to get a kill on Monet, but Monet not being touched too well. He has the BKB. He takes out Ori. Ori no buyback, down for 111 seconds. He is gone for good, as well as Fenrir, who just bought back. He's down for 70 seconds. No more Ice Blast. They take a look over at Lanham. They'll get themselves another kill. 3 heroes dead. No buyback. And LFY, they have found a good opening to probably, in all likelihood, take this tier 3 mid and maybe finish the game.
Yeah, this is going to be Mega Creeps. They have no chance defending this with only the Gyrocopter. Even with the Side Gunner, as much as optimistic I want to be here, the Alchemist is not going to be enough to stop this push.
Alchemist trying to make something happen. They do walk out for a moment, but Super with the Shadow Blade into the Dragon Tail. Omni Slash comes through. That's going to be the Alchemist dead, and that's GG right off the bat. They'll take a kill on a Paparazzi, maybe. No. Omni Slash wears out, and LFY against an Alchemist who gave X to 3 heroes and had a decent chunk of a lead. End up ratting the game enough and winning a couple of team fights consecutively to take the game, and they take game 1. So, very nice from them. As we take a look at the stats, 37-30 in terms of kills. Juggernaut, Monet, 11, 3, and 14, 33,859 net worth above that Alchemist, who only had 28,537. 11 on the Alchemist, not an amazing game from him. Gave 3 Ags to his team, but it just wasn't enough. Paparazzi, too, seemingly kind of under the radar in that game. Wasn't really outputting that kind of damage that you see from the Gyrocopter. But Monet, he takes the advantage and looks really good.
It was 11 Shay on the Alchemist, and I felt like the idea was nice of the draft. It even worked out really well in the mid game, and there was a point where I thought, yeah, they have this game for sure now. But the Nature's Prophet card turned in and just having a constant pressure on the side lanes, forcing 11 back on the Alchemist. They never had a really established push on the high ground, and the one time they actually managed to do that, there was, well, Nature's Prophet, yeah, I'm just going to take your rank, thank you, bye. I must say, in terms of draft, it was a really solid draft from LGD.Forever Young, and well-deserved to win in the end, especially with the triple core Juggernaut, Dragonite, and Nature's Prophet together.
Yeah, and they looked really good doing it, and they take game 1 of this series of 2 in the round-robin group stage. LGD.Forever Young up 1-0, going into game 2 next. I'm your caster, B-Cop. I am joined here by Bottom of the Moon. Our Twitters are at BCop92 and at bottom of the _moon. We'll be back with game 2 in just a moment. Stay right there. Thank you so much for watching.